The glass eye. You can play a lot of tricks with a glass eye, because you can take it out and pop it back in again any time you like. You can bet your life Mrs. Twit knew all the tricks. One morning, she took out her glass eye and dropped it into Mr. Twit's mug of beer when he wasn't looking.
Try that on for size, you old bag.
Mr. Twit sat there drinking the beer slowly. The froth made a white ring on the hairs around his mouth. He wiped the froth onto his sleeve and wiped his sleeve on his trousers.
You're plotting something,
Mrs. Twit said, keeping her back turned so he wouldn't see that she had taken out her glass eye.
Whenever you go all quiet like that, I know very well you're plotting something.
Mrs. Twit was right. Mr. Twit was plotting away like mad. He was trying to think up a really nasty trick he could play on his wife that day.
You'd better be careful,
Mrs. Twit said,
because when I see you starting to plot, I watch you like a wombat.
Oh, do shut up, you old hag,
Mr. Twit said. He went on drinking his beer, and his evil mind kept working away on the latest horrid trick he was going to play on the old woman. Suddenly, as Mr. Twit tipped the last drop of beer down his throat, he caught a sight of Mrs. Twit's awful glass eyes staring up at him from the bottom of the mug. It made him jump.
Oh, blimey! Ah! Oh my! Ah! 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 Oh my! There's a bloody eye! There's a bloody eye in me! What the bloody hell? What is it? Oh my!
I told you I was watching you,
Cackled Mrs. Twit.
I've got eyes everywhere, so you'd better be careful.
4 sticky little boys. On one Tuesday evening, after Mr. Twit had been up the ladder and smeared the tree with Hogtite, 4 little boys crept into the garden to look at the monkeys. They didn't care about the thistles and stinging nettles, not when there were monkeys to look at. After a while, they got tired of looking at the monkeys, so they explored further into the garden and found the ladder leaning against a big dead tree. They decided to climb up it just for fun. There's nothing wrong with that. The next morning, when Mr. Twit went out to collect the birds, he found 4 miserable little boys sitting in the tree, stuck as tight as could be by the seats of their pants to the branches. There were no birds because the presence of the boys had scared them away. Mr. Twit was furious.
As there are no birds for my pie tonight,
He shouted.
then it'll have to be boys instead.
He started to climb the ladder.
Boy pie might be better than bird pie.
He went on, grinning horribly.
More meat and not so many tiny little bones. Come here.
The boys were terrified. He's going to boil us, cried one of them. He'll stew us alive, wailed the second one. He'll cook us with carrots, cried the third. But the 4th little boy, who had more sense than the others, whispered, Listen, I've just had an idea. We're only stuck by the seats of our pants. So quick, unbutton your pants and slip out of them and fall to the ground. Mr. Twit had reached the top of the ladder and was just about to make a grab for the nearest boy when they all of a sudden tumbled out of the tree and ran for home with their naked bottoms winking in the sun. Mr. Twit wasn't going to wait another week for his bird pie supper. He loved bird pie. It was his favourite meal. So that very same day, he went after the birds again. This time he smeared all the top bars of the monkey cage with sticky glue, as well as the branches of the big dead tree.
Now I'll get you,
he said.
whichever one you sit on.
The monkeys crouched inside the cage watching all this. And later on, when the roly-poly bird came swooping in for an evening chat, they shouted out, Don't land on our cage, roly-poly bird! It's covered in sticky glue! So is the tree! And that evening, As the sun went down and all the birds came in again to roost, the roly-poly bird flew around and round the monkey cage and the big dead tree, singing out his warning. There's sticky stuff now on the cage and on the tree. If you land on either, you'll never get free. So fly away, stay up high, or you'll finish up tomorrow in a hot bird pie. The next morning, when Mr. Twit came out with his huge basket, not a single bird was sitting on either the monkey cage or the big dead tree. They were all perched happily on the roof of Mr. Twit's house. The roly-poly bed was up there as well, and the monkeys were in the cage, and the whole lot of them were hooting with laughter at Mr. Twit.
Oh, wipe that silly laugh off your beaks!
Mr. Twit screamed at the birds.
I'll get you next time, you filthy feathery front. I'll wring your neck, the whole lot of you, and I'll have you bubble in the pot for hot bird pie before the day is out. Just you wait.
And how are you going to do that?
Asked Mrs. Twit, who had come outside to see what all the noise was about.
I won't have you smearing sticky glue all over the roof of our house.
Mr. Twit got very excited.
I've got a great idea,
He cried. He didn't bother to keep his voice down because he didn't think the monkeys could understand.
We'll both go into town right away, and we'll buy a gun each,
He shouted.
How's that?
Brilliant!
Cried Mrs. Twit, grinning and showing her long yellow teeth.
We'll buy those big shotguns that spray out 50 bullets or more with each bang.
Exactly,
Said Mr. Twit.
Lock up the house while I go and make sure the monkeys are safely shut away.
Mr. Twit went over to the monkey cage.
Attention!
He barked in his fearsome monkey trainer's voice.
Upside down, all of you, and jump to it! One on top of the other. Quick! Get on with it, or you'll feel Mrs. Twit stick across your backsides!
Obediently, the poor monkeys stood on their hands and clambered one on top of the other, with Muggle-Wump at the bottom and the smallest child at the very top.
Now, stay there till we come back,
Mr. Twit ordered.
Don't you dare move. And don't overbalance. When we return in 2 or 3 hours' time, I shall expect to find you all in exactly the same position as you are now. You understand?
With that, Mr. Twit marched away. Mrs. Twit went with him, and the monkeys were left alone with the bird.